Do you know how disappointing it is to go from only ever having homemade onion rings? Today we're gonna make everything cookies, and the reason they're called everything cookies is because you can put almost everything in except, of course, flour.
You people are demons.
Now I'm beginning to understand why in the Bible the number of people that are going to heaven are very few. You people don't make life easy for people. You never make life easy for someone. Even the person who has like the bestest intention for you, you're still going to find a way in one way or the other and do something negative that is going to demoralize that person from doing certain things. But you're lucky that there are people who are very strong-hearted. There are people who listen to you. You are welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Winnie Lake. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, find yourself a seat. And if you're my returning subscriber, God bless you. I am very grateful. So there is this lady who always comes up to teach people how to do certain things. She's going to teach you how to make a certain recipe. She's going to teach you how to bake cookies. She's going to teach you different kinds of things at a low budget, which is a very good thing, yeah? You're going to be learning a lot of things from her channel. But then some people, when these videos go viral and the videos reach them, oh my God, they're just going to look for something negative to point at you.
Do you know how disappointing it is to go from only ever having homemade onion rings to going to a restaurant and ordering onion rings and getting those? If you don't, I'm about to show you how to make onion rings that will show you what I'm talking about. So the first step is obviously slicing your onion, and then you separate the slices so they look like this. Once you have all your slices separated, put them in a bowl of ice cold water, and we're gonna let them sit in here for a while. After those rings are done soaking in the water, we're gonna place them out on a towel individually. And then, although it does not say to do this, I always like to take the inner lining here that's in the onion, every onion has it, and peel that off as best as I can. The reason I do this is because it makes the batter stick to them better. Saying that just reminded me of a tongue twister we used to say where it said, Betty butter had a bit of bitter butter, put it in your batter, meter, batter, bitter, so she bought a bitter, better butter, put it in her bitter, batter, meter, bitter, batter, better. Try saying that or leave it in the comments if you could understand it. Once you have the lining off, take each ring individually and take a paper towel and dry it. You'll have to make sure your rings are sliced thick enough that they're not so fragile that they're gonna break. Now we're gonna set these rings aside and we're gonna make our batter. First thing we're gonna do is take an egg, whisk it up well. Then we're gonna add some flour, some salt, a tiny bit of sugar, and a little bit of melted butter. You can also use shortening for that. Then we're gonna whisk that together a little. We're gonna gradually add some milk and whisk it in. After you have all of the milk mixed in, it should look something like this. It has to be nice and smooth. And you wanna make sure your deep fry oil is hot. Then we're gonna take our onion slices and drop it in the batter. Take a fork and let it come out. Make sure the batter drips off, and then we're gonna put it in the oil carefully. You might end up flipping these because they only fry on one side. Once they're brown, take them out of the oil and put them in your colander to let the oil drain off a bit. Let the oil drain off of those a little bit and then transfer it to your plate. I'm gonna sprinkle some salt over them. Time for a taste test. Every time I go to a restaurant, I see onion rings on the menu, it makes me think of homemade onion rings and I get really hungry for them. But the restaurant ones just don't taste as good as the homemade ones, so I never get them. These are definitely not fast food because it takes a while to make them, but they are very delicious. They're worth the time it takes. The complete recipe that I always use to make mine is in my Amish cookbook if you click the link on my website. Enjoy!
That video is very long. Anyone who watches a video past 30 seconds and they still stick to the video to the end, it means that they're interested. Now, I don't know why you're interested in watching a video where you're going to comment that this person is looking at me and the way they're looking at me is piercing my soul. The stare is scary and this and that. Mind you, some of these people, that is their niche. That is what they believe that you're going to recognize from them. That is why you also recognize them looking at you directly into your soul. Anyway, I think that most of the commenters were scared of her stare, so I think after she read, she had to make changes, and now she doesn't look at the camera. Now she faces down, and most of the things that she's doing, she's facing down. She's going to give you all the recipes that you need. It has not stopped her from continuing to give you content, but that kind of niche has died according to her. I think she said, I'm not going to scare these people anymore. I want to continue teaching them. I want to continue posting, so I am not going to look at them. Let me face down. Some people were not happy. They were like, you guys, you're not serious. Who's scared of our person? Who's scared this girl? Who made her change her content? I mean, she was looking directly into the camera. Now she's facing down. She doesn't want to look at you in the eyes. She doesn't want to pierce your soul. She doesn't want to scare you. Because within you, you're a demon. Why wouldn't you want someone to look direct into your eyes? Why don't you want people to make eye contact with you? Eh? Those are not my words.
You people are demons. That sweet Amish lady hopped on this app, which I didn't even know they could do that. And she was teaching us how to make butter, how to make jelly with like 3 ingredients, how to make pie. And you told her that her eye contact made you uncomfortable? Y'all were making fun of her just because she was making eye contact with the camera? Y'all are some demons. And it looks like she saw your comments too, because I scrolled by a video of hers and she was looking straight down, did not look into the camera once. She said, oh, me looking at you makes you uncomfortable? Okay, no eyes for you. Tell me how this feels. And I never thought that someone not looking at me could hurt so much. It hurt. Lavina has the sweetest, calmest, most innocent look in her eyes, and it actually makes sense why you demons would feel rebuked by her just by her looking at you. You guys are out here cussing and using profanity and fighting with each other and engaging in internet beef, and this poor lady is just teaching us how to cook for cheap. Do you know how expensive jelly can be? She made about 30 bucks worth of jelly using 3 ingredients for like $5 total, and even gave some away. But no, her eye contact is too much. The power of Christ compels you.
The lady didn't even have to react or respond to any of the negative comments. It's the people who came out to defend her. Her fan base came out to say that you guys, you're not serious. Now you've made our girl turn her face away from us. It was cute, it was beautiful seeing her have eye contact with us. Well, she's teaching us all these beautiful recipes. Because of you, what can we do? Because of you, eh? That is why in this entire story, I have learned one thing. Anyone who hates you doesn't matter. It is the people that love you that matter. There are people who love you for who you are, and those are the people that you should go for. It should not stop you from creating content because someone hates you or there's that negative comment that is going to turn you off. There are people who are going to gain from your kind of content. There are people who are going to learn from your kind of content. It's not even about content creation only. It's about life in general. Whatever you're doing, no matter who you're doing it for, it doesn't matter who hates that kind of thing. What matters is, even if you have one person, even if you have one subscriber, 1,000, it doesn't matter. It does not stop you from posting, whether you have 2 views, 5 views, 7 views, it doesn't matter. Those very people who are watching, the very people who are clicking on your videos and watching them, it means that they have hope. They are learning something out of your video. They want to get to know you better. They should be your source of hope, not these people who are negative, not that people who are going to come out all knowing, all present, all wise, all clean, not those kind of people. And besides that, the other thing that I've learned in life is that you may be thinking that your consistency is in vain, but it's not in vain. Every time you're being consistent, you're learning about new things, you're actually gaining confidence. There's going to be a total difference. That is why if you document your life, you're going to look behind and say, oh my God, this is not what I expect. This is not me. Like, this cannot be me. But then you're seeing that kind of change, you're seeing that kind of transformation, all because you were consistent. No one knows you better than you know yourself. Thank you for watching my video to the end. Until next time, see you. Bye bye.